today I'm going to demonstrate and do a tutorial on aerial. Aerial is a no-handed cartwheel. So I'm going to demonstrate a tricking aerial and then a gymnast aerial. So this is a tricking aerial. It's a side-to-side no-handed cartwheel. Okay, and then a gymnast aerial. Okay. Now, for both of these movements, you need to make sure you have a strong cartwheel. There are three types of cartwheel that you need to know. So you have a side-to-side cartwheel, you have a back-to-front cartwheel, and then you have a back-to-back cartwheel. So I'll demonstrate. So make sure you practice your cartwheels. So this is a side-to-side cartwheel. Okay. This is a back-to-front cartwheel. And this is a back-to-back cartwheel. Now, for the tricking aerial, you need to make sure that you have a strong side-to-side cartwheel. So this cartwheel. Okay? A strong side-to-side cartwheel like this. And then for the gymnast cartwheel, you need to make sure you have the front to back cartwheel very strong. Now, with every movement, as we can say, to break it down, we need to make sure we have a strong blocking sense. Blocking, okay, we'll have a look at my blocking tutorial. But you need to make sure that when you're doing a tricking, this is your rotation hand and this is the height. So basically when you go for the move, you block, okay, make sure when you're blocking, your leg is further away, this leg is further away from your head. So your head has to be inwards compared to your front leg. So when you block, the bigger the stance, the block, the higher your flip will be. So in this case, for our aerial, what we can do is make sure we practice our tricking aerial, side to side cartwheel, okay, with both hands, then eventually with one hand, as you get comfortable with it. So we will do with all the power. We're going to do this, block, and do a very fast two-handed cartwheel. Now, once you're comfortable with it, we're going to do it with one hand. Okay? Now, now you're getting closer to no-handed cartwheel. So we're going to do it with one hand now. Same principle, but you're going to do it with one hand. Okay? So you practice this a lot. You practice one-handed cartwheel a lot, and that will help you to get closer towards the aerial, the tricking aerial, side-to-side cartwheel. And same goes for if you want the front aerial. You need to make sure that you have a very strong two-handed cartwheel, and then you need to focus on one-handed cartwheel now, a strong one-handed cartwheel. Okay, so again. Okay, so practice this. Make sure your one-handed cartwheels are very powerful, both side to side and front to back as well. Front to back cartwheels. Now, if you don't have a cartwheel, make sure there's a drill that you can do. to start so that you can work on your cartwheels. You can do something where it's like you can do hand, so you just go hand, hand, leg, leg. Just do this drill. Hand, hand, leg, leg. Now, that's 4 corners, if you have noticed. Now what I'm going to do, to get the cartwheel, I'm going to go more straight. Same principle, but I'm going to go more straight. So I'm going to go hand, hand, leg, leg. Did you notice that I started to travel a bit more? So eventually, now you can start to go more like a cartwheel when you're comfortable. So you can go hand, hand, leg, leg. That's becoming much, that's getting, that looks more like a cartwheel now. Now you need to just go over. Hand, hand, leg, leg. Now we straighten it up. Make sure it's in the straight line. Hand, hand, leg, leg. Okay? So, to sum it up for cartwheel, you want to make sure that you're doing all 4s. Hand, hand, leg, leg. And then you try to go straight. And that you'll have your cartwheel. Eventually get strong at it. You practice 2-handed cartwheel and the 1-handed cartwheel. And then you'll eventually have your aerial. Now, to actually go for an aerial, so as I've mentioned, you need a very strong 1-handed cartwheel. But now, to demonstrate it, what I can do is to get a tricking aerial. We're going to go for 1-handed. So you're going to block, and then you're just going to try to not touch, not put your hand down, not put your 1-handed. So for example, you're here, and only at the last minute you put your hand there. Okay, so you try to jump like a dive. It's like a dive cartwheel, but you can first do a dive 2-handed cartwheel, then go into dive 1-handed cartwheel. So you can do a dive 2-handed cartwheel. So here you block, okay, dive, a dive 2-handed cartwheel. Now you can try a dive 1-handed cartwheel. So think about the rotation, not only the height. Okay, a dive. Okay, so do you see I dived, and then just for my safety, just to be sure that I don't injure myself or anything, I just put my hand there just so that I feel comfortable. Okay, you'll need to do that. So that's for the tricking area. You need to do similar. You need to do the same thing for the gymnast aerial as well. Okay. So again, you're going to sort of you can take a run up, or you can take a short step and go for the movement. So here's a demonstration. So you go. Okay, dive, and then last minute put the hand. So again, you dive, and last minute you put the hand. Once you're comfortable with it, then all you have to do